Hello Virgo, welcome to my channel Wing Spiritual Clarity. My name's Wendy Wing. I'm doing a psychic tarot reading for you, tuning into the day's energy, seeing what divine messages of guidance come through for you. This is a general reading, so take what resonates and leave the rest. If you'd like a personal reading, there's the link in the description box below. All right, Virgo, let's take a look at the cards. In the past, we have the Page of Wands in reverse. Wow, a lack of enthusiasm, a lack of energy, a lack of desire. Ooh, a lot came out on the lack of desire. Yeah, doubling down. It feels like you're in an environment that you've lost the passion for. There's nothing moving in this environment. It feels like you're even very still because there's no desire, there's no passion, there's no energy. And it feels like you're staying in this environment because of maybe some financial constraints or feeling that you can't leave this environment. There's some type of sticky quality to this, like I can't let go of this. Even though there's no desire, no passion, there's nothing there for you. Feels like the people in your environment in the past were very judgmental of you, very critical of you, which is interesting because it doesn't feel like they've matured much. Feels like that might be a coping strategy, just criticizing everyone else instead of having to focus that light on themselves and do some changing, some maturing. They criticize everyone in their environment. Very judgmental. Looks like they've decided in the past that there's something defective about you. Which is just ironic. I think why I'm getting the irony of this is they were projecting their limitations onto you. So whatever they were saying, whoever in this environment, whatever they're saying is what they can't about you, is what they're projecting onto you, what they can't have about themselves. Whew. Anything else we need to know about this lack of desire, lack of passion in the past? It feels like you shut down. Like your lower chakras, your sacral, your solar plexus, and it feels like that shut down your physical body maybe as well. There's a shutdown here. I have to stay in this environment, but there's no desire, no happiness here, no joy, no creativity, no spark, no desire, but I'm going to stay in this environment with someone who's highly critical and judgmental, projecting their own limitations onto me. What gets me is I feel like you're very affable, workable, but they've decided that that something's wrong with you. Oh, I'm getting a message in the past. They wanted to really get you out of balance. They wanted to wound you, to get you overwhelmed in your wounds so you would be reckless. Geez, that went from, there's nothing really going on in this environment. You're being judged, but you're clinging and staying in this environment, to feels like it switched to from judgment and projecting to something more sinister and nefarious. I'm going to wound you. This is the person who's judging you in the past. I'm going to make the viewer, I'm going to make Virgo so overwhelmed in their emotions. I'm going to wound them so much and watch them lose their stuff. Feels like part of a plan to get you in your woundedness. Feels like this person really enjoys seeing you wounded, really enjoys seeing you suffer. Makes them feel powerful. Makes them feel righteous. Jeez. This person in the past feels that all blessings should flow through them. They've got a little bit of a savior God complex. They want to be the big person in the room. They need to be. All blessings flow through me. So they get the power. They have control over people. So they lord over people, and they definitely lord it over you. I think they thought there's something very financial about this in the past. Financial motivations that make this even more painful, that they're willing to enact this type of treatment on someone just for financial gain. But it feels like they were benefiting from wounding you. Feels like they thought they really expected to get some type of windfall or blessings. There's something financial tied to this. They took action. They wanted, this is another. Feels like there's whoever you were connected with in the past who was trying to wound you, judged you. Feels like they collaborated with a King of Wands type of energy in the past. Something like, I really need to end this thing with Virgo. But whatever the story is, I can't just end it. We need to make Virgo leave. We need them to do it. So it's manipulation. And it feels like they talked someone, this fire sign, King of Wands energy. Help me end this cycle. Help me get my freedom from this energy. Help me create a 9 of Cups in reverse and 9 of Pentacles in reverse for Virgo. Heartbreaking, financially destitute. Jeez. This feels heartbreaking. Because I feel like at some point, I feel like you knew or know who this King of Wands is, who's showing up as upright. They really think that this is an upright thing to do. So that tells you what a story this person has told. A web of lies that made how discarding you, getting you to trust this person, open up to this person, And it feels like they were planting seeds of discourse, disillusion. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Okay. I think why that hurts is because on some level, I think you were accustomed to or aware that the person involved with judging you in your environment here in the past, you kind of knew that this was going on. But I think it's surprising or heartbreaking that like just who was joining in this discarding of you, of trying to make you so wounded that you would act recklessly, that you would be left heartbroken and financially devastated. In present energy, we have the Page of Swords in reverse. Someone's not learning a new way of being. Someone does not have the creative spark. Someone lacks passion, lacks desire. This feels like your ex. If I were gonna, that feels like, or I'm gonna call it your ex. It feels like whoever this was that you were in, that was judging you in the environment, that there was a lack of passion, that you felt like you had to hold on to this connection, maybe financially. Maybe there were some financial dependency needs. Exigent circumstances. Boy, need more coffee before I try them bagel words. Okay, so in this present time, this person from your past hasn't learned. They have no desire. They have no spark, no passion. This person might be impotent. They definitely, there's a lack of creativity here. This person, I think, is not only do they not learn and grow, but they lack the creativity. I feel like you're a very creative person. And that's why the lack of passion in the past kind of just shut down your whole system. A lack of desire. This person's looking at the past, looking at very nostalgic. You might have been, because of this nostalgia, because this person, your ex, is looking at the past, ruminating over the past again and again, you might be feeling that too, feeling that energy. What they did in the past was very unjust. It lacked justice, fairness. Okay. This reminds me of the Grinch. If you've ever seen the cartoon animation of the Grinch Who Stole Christmas, Dr. Seuss, you know, after he just sneaks into their town, the Who's village, and takes all of their toys, all their presents, all the lights, all the everything. Took all of it because he wanted them to be miserable. This person is like the Grinch. And then he's up on the hill looking down, and he's just expecting them to just boo-hoo and cry. They're going to be so upset because they don't have their toys. They don't have their presents. I've dashed all of their hopes and their dreams. But then the Who's come out and they create a circle and sing Yahoo Dore. Yahoo Dore, Yahoo Dore. And he's like, how did that happen? I took all their presents. How could they possibly? That's what this person is, your ex, is ruminating on. I made it impossible. So unfair. You were isolated and alone, and they had everybody around them working against you on some story. And so they were like, felt very comfortable moving you. You're an object. You're just a character in their story. There's a lack of care for what happened to you. They wanted to see sadness disrupt, and instead you came out singing, focusing on new beginnings. I'll just start over. I've got a seed in my pocket and I'll just start over. Feels like you, from this person's vantage point, it feels like there's a lot of grief, a lot of heaviness that I was tuning into that was just devastating, heartbreaking. But you've come out of that grief. And you've got accomplishments. There's something that you've been working on, whatever this new beginning, and you're getting attention. And people want to build with you. People are seeing you as someone worth investing in. And this does not go with what was supposed to happen. You were supposed to be devastated. You were supposed to boo-hoo and never celebrate ever again. Never be happy ever again. To be completely decimated. How did that happen? Yeah, you are so focused on work, on what you're building. What's the Two of Swords? I think the Two of Swords, I don't feel like you're confused. This might be their confusion. How? How'd you do that? How'd you escape the trap? You transformed yourself. You had to go through a dark night of the soul, ego death, it's like you collapsed within and then recreated yourself. Wow. Yeah, they weren't expecting this. And now it feels like this scorpionic energy is at this person, your ex's door, this death energy. Like an opportunity to take this change for themselves, to radically change. Oh, gosh. There's also a message coming in. Oh, God. This has been coming up last like 5 days or so, this message. Someone's coming in hot. They have a lot to say about the confusion in the past. They have a lot to say about even death. This is serious. In this message, it feels like someone who was a party, someone who knows about this wounding of you in the past, this discarding of you, the stories that were told. Feels like you've moved on and you have this star quality. You're getting a lot of attention. But you didn't act the way that your ex said you were going to act. You just moved on, healed, transformed yourself, focused on what you're building, and you're still focusing on what you're building. Feels like you're about ready for a huge harvest. Feels like you've taken what you've learned and healed from it, or are healing from it. And there's something very, very beautiful about your energy, very lovely, very kind. And so I think the proof's in the pudding. You didn't try to argue this, fight, get people to hear you out. It feels like you just left, focused on rebuilding. That was not the story that you weren't supposed to act that way. You're supposed to be unhinged and crazy, and that's what the script was that your ex wrote about you, and then you would act out how they've described you as, but you didn't do that, and you focused on you. So now someone's coming forward. Someone has a lot to say about the confusion that was going on in the past. Someone's ready to spill the beans. It feels like this person has been miserable about their part in this. Their part in they thought at the time that they were hoodwinked. I think at time you were hoodwinked by your ex too. This is someone very good at manipulating people. Feels like they've been so unhappy because as time has shown who you really are, they're not like your ex. They thought they were justified because of what your ex said, but now they're realizing the guilt, the shame. Their life has been miserable. And the more you move on, move differently than what they were told that you were going to react to being discarded and your poor treatment in the past. You've moved on, you've healed, you're helping others, you look very lovely. And there's this guilt and shame. It feels like your ex is losing control. The lies are obvious. The proof's in the pudding. The proof's in who you are. You're integrated, you show up as yourself, and someone is so guilty. Anything else we need to know? Who is this? About who this is? Oh, a secret on the ground, kind of unconscious. Lovers in reverse. This could be an ex of your ex, a third party maybe. Anything else? The Six of Wands in reverse was trying to come out. There's a lack of success. Boy. It feels like a lot of guilt and shame. It feels like this person coming forward, they drank the Kool-Aid, they were hoodwinked, They were blinded, just as you were, by this person. There's also there's finances through this whole thing. It feels like this person coming to you, telling all the secrets, telling about the past, what happened, that there's some type of financial benefit to discarding you. But it was lies. Like, oh, if Virgo wasn't here, I would have all this extra finances. There's something very financially motivated, which just makes this even more like stomach turning and gross. So, all right. What's hidden is the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. This is someone that lacks resources. They lack stability, security, finances, abundance. They're not nurturing. They're not loving. Feels like whoever this is, they want people to believe that they're the Queen of Pentacles upright. Wow. This energy has been coming, the Ten of Wands in reverse, someone unburdening themselves. This very well could be this same energy of a third party. It feels like there are people wanting to unburden themselves about someone it feels like whoever this is, that's how they wanted you. They wanted you to be, it feels like you're a very loving, kind person, and they're fake. They pretend. They're shallow. They're masked. And I think they thought that if they got you out of your mask, they're pretending to be a good person, your ex, upright, loving, caring. They're pretending, so they thought you were pretending. Do you know what I mean? And so it feels like they wanted you to show everybody to get unhinged. They wanted you to not be loving, not being nurturing. They wanted you to not have any excuse me. They wanted you without resources, without finances, without abundance. They didn't just want to, hey, this isn't working, let's go our own ways. I mean, that would have been too mature. Too direct. This person likes playing with people, toying with people, makes them feel powerful. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay, so it looks like right now what's hidden is that whatever you've been working on, focusing on, and there's a harvest coming in. There is a harvest coming in that's going to change your world. Like whatever it is that you've been focusing on, building a business, finances, whatever you've been focusing your attention, it feels like it's already, you've grown. I mean, from Ace of Pentacles, Three of Pentacles, Seven of Pentacles, you're just growing your pentacles, your abundance, your security, your stability. Feels like you've learned from the past. When you were in that Four of Pentacles, I've got to hold on. I don't have, there's some financial difficulty or reason to stay around finances in the past. And now you've made those needing someone else to provide that for you, obsolete. You're providing for yourself. It looks like you're getting a lot of attention in the public eye, or it's like a lot of accomplishments, a lot of achievements. What else do we need to know? What do we need to know about the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, about someone unburdening themselves? Wow. Queen of Pentacles upright with Temperance in reverse. Someone's impatient. Someone feels like they're overindulging. So it's interesting. It feels like someone who's pretending to be the things that you are is coming to you to unburden themselves. And you're standing in Queen of Pentacles energy, which is amazing, from going from Ace of Pentacles, Three of Pentacles, Seven of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles. You have resources. You are grounded. You are loving. You are growing in abundance. I think everybody can see this. They might be coming in to see if they can cause destabilization. It's interesting. They tried that in the past when you were down, and that didn't work. You just went a different route and grew anyway. But now you're secure and stable. And so it's weird that they're like, well, let's play this game again. Let's get Virgo out of balance. It doesn't feel, it's not going to work. It didn't work in the past. They were unable to knock you down, not for long. Anything else? Anything that Virgo needs to know? There's also a mindset here that, wow, Six of Pentacles. There's just so many pentacles coming in. It's raining. It feels like also what's very evident is that you are very capable of this growth, and it feels like you are using the abundance that you have to help others. You're not stingy with your finances at all. You're very kind and very giving. Beautiful. All right, let's move on. The advice is the Lovers in reverse. 3333 on the clock. The Lovers in reverse, a breakup. Maybe this is about a breakup. I mean, you definitely had a breakup in the past. Yeah, it's about the past breakup, and with the Ten of Swords in reverse, just how brutal. The worst is over. It's in the past. But I think people are seeing the brutality of the breakup, seeing it from a different vantage point. It feels like in the past that your ex had an advantage, a lot of lies, had a whole story about you. And it feels like there's financial promises to those who will help. There's finances through this that just make it seedy, other than your finances and what you've grown. There's some type of financial motivation to your poor treatment in the past, to the Ten of Swords, poor treatment. It looks like you have escaped from this web of lies. You've escaped from codependency, addiction, obsession type of energy. You've moved to calmer shores. You're moving on, moving forward. You're very psychic and intuitive. You have unlimited potential. Feels like you have been following your intuition. Follow and continue to follow your intuition. Feels like I'm not feeling fear around people coming back in. Use your discernment. The people coming back in, they're just a lack of success. Very public lack of success. Unhappy. An unhappy connection. A lack of celebration, a lack of a happy home. I think that everybody in the past who was involved with discarding you, there was like, well, life will be so much better once Virgo's out, once Virgo's discarded. And that's not what's happened. It feels like things have been miserable. Because you didn't act the way they wrote, like the script of what you were supposed to, how you were supposed to respond in the past. Wounded, reckless, crazy, unhinged, and then they'd be like, see. But you didn't do that. Just focused on rebuilding. And now you've got the Star energy, you've got the Queen of Pentacles energy, High Priestess energy. I wouldn't bet against you. I would never bet against you. So, Virgo, thank you so much for being here. I hope this was helpful. I hope this validated some things, helped support you, helped to encourage you, helped you feel seen, because I think in the past you were really not seen, not heard, not understood. So, all right, have a great day. Bye.